Hi, friends. Welcome back to Cordelia Joy Yoga. I'm Cordelia. On the couch is Kip. And today I have a 45-minute beginner yoga class. A class centered in thankfulness and a class for everybody. So when you're ready, roll out your mat, pull out a blanket, set it down beside you, and ripple the spine all the way down to lay on your back. Keep your feet grounded to the mat, knees bent, and set your hands on your belly, relaxing the shoulders all the way down. Closing down the eyes if they aren't already, and just thinking of 3 things you're thankful for. Don't let this be difficult. Just allow the first 3 things that come to mind gently arrive in the mind and just notice them. Start to observe how the body feels, gently tilting the hips under and pushing the spine deeper into the ground. Just engaging through the core here and keeping this engagement throughout the rest of class today. Gently pull one knee into the chest and then the other, starting by pulling by the back of the thigh and then maybe grabbing onto the shins for a deeper stretch. Start to take big circles with the knee one way and then gently switching directions, taking big circles the other way. Keeping the eyes closed as you do this. Again, just really observing, relax the shoulders even closer to the mat. We don't want to strain in the neck or in the spine. Gently keep hold of your left leg, stretching out the right leg long. Inhale and exhale, cross the knee over the body, twisting over to the right. Take your arms to a T, and for a deeper twist, you can look over your left shoulder. Maybe you can use your right hand to gently assist that left knee closer to the mat, just using the weight of the hand and not pushing here. Allow your left shoulder to lift up off the mat if that's what your body wants to do. Don't force anything, and just gently rest in this beautiful twist. Take a couple more rounds of breath, releasing into a deeper twist on this next exhale. And inhale to gently bring your left knee up and pull both knees into the chest. Take this as slow as you can, being gentle with the body. Exhale to pull the knees in. Inhale to stretch the left leg out long. Exhale. And take one more inhale. And on the next exhale, cross the right leg over the body, twisting over to the left. Bring your right arm to a T, maybe using that left hand to assist your right knee even deeper. Letting that right shoulder lift up. Again, not forcing the body to do anything, instead, just letting the body relax how it wants to. For a deeper twist, you can look over to the right, towards the right fingertips. And just relax, taking deep inhales, long exhales, relaxing the body, feeling into those muscles on the inhales, and on the exhales, relaxing those muscles. a class of thankfulness and observation, keeping those things at the forefront of your mind as we continue. Just a couple more rounds of breath. Gently start to lift the right leg up, coming back to center, maybe pulling your knees into the chest one more time. Exhale, pull them in towards the belly. Inhale. And on your next exhale, gently set the feet back down to the mat. Knees are bent. And really start to feel the ground underneath your feet, stabilizing down through the heels and bringing your hands to the sides of your body. Feet are hip width distance apart, palms are face down. Inhale and exhale, gently start to lift the hips up off the mat. So coming to a bridge pose. Chin is slightly tucked in. Keeping the eyes closed, tucking the shoulders underneath the back body. An option to clasp your hands underneath the body. So keeping those hands and fists grounded to the mat as you slightly lift the hips even higher. Feeling the ground underneath the heels and maybe wiggling the toes. Just noticing movement and observing how the body feels. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Although this is a dynamic pose, we are using a lot of muscles. You're engaging through the glutes and the core. I want you to find a meditation and a relaxing moment in this position. On every exhale, you want to relax into this position, into this meditation, and gently start to ripple the spine down, dropping the hips all the way down to the mat, releasing the clasp of hands if you haven't already. Gently walk the hands up the thighs, coming to a comfortable seat at the front of your mat. Start with your legs out long out in front of you. Inhale to gently cross the left foot over the right leg. Bring your hands back behind you, fingertips facing behind you. And gently start to walk your right foot in towards the glutes. So we're just doing a modified four-legged stretch here. Four figure or whatever you want to call it. I just want you to be gentle with yourself and gently come into a pose and into the position where you feel the stretch. So you can bring your heel as close to the body as what feels good, or as far away from the body as feels good. You can sway back and forth, but be sure to roll the shoulders onto the back body and lift the chest up towards the sky, really shining the heart forward. Gently start to tiptoe that right foot back out. Again, being gentle with yourself. Maybe taking a few sways and then walking it back in towards the body. I really just want you to focus on the art of noticing with the eyes closed, really getting into the observation. And I know I sound like a broken record. I just want you to notice. Flex out through the left foot if it isn't already. Inhale and exhale. Good. Gently stretch out the right leg long. And let's switch sides, crossing the right foot over the left thigh, bringing your hands back behind you, fingertips facing away from you. And when you feel ready, after you've shown that heart up towards the sky, gently start to heel toe your left foot in towards the body, in towards the glutes. Do a quick body scan if that feels good for you. Maybe even a scan of the legs and of the hips, of the knees. Notice what your body feels capable of today. Every day we wake up slightly tighter than the day before, or maybe even more flexible than the day before. But you won't know that without noticing and without observing. Maybe you'll notice the knees feel a little bit weaker today. And if they do, grab onto that blanket, make a couple folds, and prepare yourself for our kneeling positions that come later in practice. Knowing that that's available for you to grab onto. Gently stretch out the left leg long and find a cross-legged position with one shin in front of the other in the middle of your mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, gently start to walk the hands forward for a cross-legged forward fold. Find a relaxing position here, dropping the forearms and the elbows down to the mat. Option to bring that folded blanket underneath the elbows, or maybe even underneath the forehead. Exhale, release the chin in towards the chest, noticing how deep the stretch is for your spine. Taking a deep inhale to really feel the discomfort. And exhale, just releasing any pain, more so discomfort. If you start to feel pain, I want you to lift the chin up. Inhale, walk the hands in towards the body. And let's switch the cross of the legs. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Allow the hips to lift up off the mat. I know in a lot of cases you want to keep those hips drawn down, but in this case, I want you to let the body does what it does and be completely neutral with that. Don't be mad at your body, or in that case, don't be happy with your body. Just be thankful for it in whatever position it's in. Gently release the chin into the chest if you haven't already. Feeling a stretch all the way to the base of your spine. Take a couple more rounds of breath. Releasing and surrendering to the discomfort. Knowing that it doesn't last forever. Inhale. And exhale out through the nose. Take one more inhale. Filling up the belly, letting it rise. Gently lift the head. And exhale, walk the hands in towards the body. Take this slow. Our next position is tabletop. So however you get there, crossing over the ankles, lifting up the body, or coming onto one hip. Just gently arrive, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Shift the body forward and back. Rocking the body, doing some gentle wrist exercises. Just a couple more times, taking it slow and settling into the position. Now turn the fingertips to face you and gently set the hips back until you feel a deep stretch within the arms, allowing the heels of the hands to lift up off the mat. Bend into one elbow and then the other for a little bit of a deeper stretch. And feel free to sway the body in every position that we lie in practice today. Again, just noticing and feeling. This is your practice. Gently release the hands, bringing the hands back to tabletop. Engage through the core, pulling navel into spine. As I adjust and take off my coat so you can see the alignment if necessary. Inhale, roll the shoulders on the back body, lift the gaze, drop the belly, and exhale to roll the shoulders forward, arching through the spine, rounding through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, pushing the ground away, rolling the shoulders forward. Inhale. And exhale. Creating a dramatic movement here within the body, using all the muscles, feeling into this pose. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Lift the gaze. Push the ground away. And exhale. Really pull the shoulders away from one another. Inhale. Lift the gaze. I lied. Just one more. And exhale, round through the spine, keeping the round of the spine as you gently set the hips back onto the heels. Gently walking the hands forward, setting the forehead down for child's pose. If child's pose is too hard on the knees, I urge you to grab onto that blanket and set it under the knees for quite a bit more cushion. Wherever you are, I want you to gently relax the body into the ground, really melting into your mat. Let the belly fill up in between the legs on every inhale, and let it contract on every exhale. Relax the jaw and the eyelids, the eyebrows. Wiggle the fingertips to notice if you're straining there. Notice if your big toes are touching, and if they aren't, bring them to touch gently. And continue to melt into your mat. I want you to gently ground down through all 10 finger pads. Gently start to lift the elbows and tuck your chin into your chest. Start to ripple the spine forward, gently lifting the hips up off the heels. Shifting the body forward, keeping your arms straight as you release the hips down towards the mat. Walk the hands forward once the hips meet the mat. And come into a beautiful Sphinx pose. Elbows and forearms ground down. Shoulders roll onto the back body. And lift your gaze. Nose is facing directly in front of you. Pull your shoulders away from the ears, relaxing any strain within the neck. Just breathe here. We're here for several rounds of breath. Keep engaging through the glutes and through the core. Remembering that feeling all the way at the beginning of practice. And using that throughout practice. When the core felt strong and engaged. Keep pushing the mat away with the forearms. And just keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Gently release the chest and the forehead down to the mat. Rocking the hips back and forth, shaking out the glutes. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Stay grounded through the knees as you lift up into tabletop position. Inhale here. Lift your left leg up and exhale to pull left knee into chest and gently stepping it in between the hands. Arrive here, fingertips are high on the fingertips or all the way grounded through the palms. Notice how your body feels in this lunge and gently start to adjust your right hip forward, left hip back. And if you feel up to it, inhale, lift the chest up and lift the arms up above the head. Exhale, palms come to touch and hands come to heart center. Keep bending through the left knee. Closing down the eyes if that feels good. Option to keep your hands here or bringing them to the hips. You can use your hands on your hips to help tilt the pelvis under. Really guiding through this movement, guiding yourself through this movement. And truly believing in yourself to guide you in this movement. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale through the nose. Gently set your right hand on the inside of the left foot. And lift your left arm up towards the sky, twisting the body open. And preferably shifting your gaze towards your right fingertips. If you find a comfortable balance here, feel free to take a bind with the left hand, just hooking the top of the right hand around the right thigh. Inhale, gently lift the left arm up and drop the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Pivot your right foot over to the left side of the mat. Inhale and exhale. Lift your right arm up and over, coming into a modified gate pose. If this is way too much for you, I urge you to stay in your twisted lunge or even coming back to your low lunge. But if you are in this modified gate pose, you can bring your right hand to your right hip. You can stay high on the left fingertips or drop the palm all the way down. Or if you're looking for something a little bit deeper, you can bring the right leg out long, coming on the inside of the right foot and lifting the right knee up. Wherever you are, inhale, gently come back to your low lunge And exhale, step the right foot forward for forward fold. We're going to be here for just a moment, so let there be a generous bend within the knees. Grab on to opposite elbows and start to sway back and forth. Being sure that you're truly hinging at the hips and letting the weight of the chest and of the head and of the arms really stretch out your spine here. Release your shoulders. Let them feel heavy beneath you. Again, relaxing through the jaw. Bouncing up and down. Just noticing how your spine and how the backs of your thighs and calves feel in this beautiful posture. Just a few more rounds of breath. Keep releasing on the exhale, imagining that your elbows are falling through the floor. On your next inhale, halfway lift, lifting the chest up, fingertips graze the mat. Gently lift the gaze and use the back muscles to engage in your lift. Connect your hands to the front line of your body, and on the next inhale, I want you to come up to standing. Lift your arms up above the head, palms come to touch, and exhale, draws your hands to heart center. This is a moment of reset, so tuck your pelvis under, engage through the core. Notice how this feels. Maybe it feels a little bit different, but carry this feeling with the remainder of class. Inhale, arms come up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, dive the body forward for forward fold. Inhale to frame out the right leg. And exhale to step the left foot back, dropping the left knee and untucking through the left toes. Arrive here to start. Pulling the left hip forward and right hip back. And inhale, lift your arms up above the head. Exhale, hands come to heart center or to the hips. Wherever you are, tuck the pelvis under. Lift the body up, away from the hips. Imagining that the crown of the head is being lifted up towards the sky. And creating a safe space for yourself, trusting yourself to guide your body into the right movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your left hand on the inside of the right leg. Lift your right arm up, twisting the body open. Lifting the gaze up to the fingertips to start. And then binding the right arm behind the back body. And shifting your gaze to the left hand. It allows for less strain in the neck and just allows for a more restful pose. Gently lift your right arm back up. Inhale. And exhale to set the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Pivot the left foot over to the right side of the mat. Inhale to lift the left arm up towards the sky. And exhale to bring it up and over. Stay high on the right fingertips or drop the palm all the way down. Option to bring your left hand to left hip. An option to come into a full gate pose. Whatever feels good for you. Shift the gaze to the right fingertips. Again, allowing for a relaxed neck. And not forcing anything, not feeling any strain within the body. Instead, we're just moving and stretching in a way that's unfamiliar. Come back to a lunge and bring your right foot back, coming into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under and gently set the hips up and back for your first and only downward facing dog of practice. Working on straightening out through the legs and releasing the heels all the way down to the mat. I still don't want this to feel forceful. So if you need to, drop the knees and come into a child's pose or a tabletop, just working on engaging through the core and pushing the ground away. If you're in downward facing dog, just be sure your neck is relaxed by bringing your ears in between the triceps. Relax the jaw and draw the shoulders away from the ears, using your hands to ground all the way down to the floor. Gently start to bend through one knee and then the other, swaying the hips back and forth, doing movement and finding movement that feels good. Inhale, come high on the toes. Exhale, release the knees down and gently start to walk the hands forward, coming into a Sphinx pose. One more time. Release the hips, untuck through the toes. Push the ground away with the tops of the feet. Lift the elbows up off the mat this time, coming to a cobra pose. And still rolling the shoulders onto the back body and keeping your nose right in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. Noticing how your spine may feel a little bit looser here. And if it doesn't, be sure to drop the elbows down for Sphinx pose. One more inhale. And one more long exhale. Letting it gently carry your chest and your forehead down to the mat. Rock your hips back and forth one more time. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Keep the knees grounded. And exhale to set the hips all the way back onto the heels for child's pose. This time, option to bring knees as wide as the mat. Toes come to touch. Gently release the forehead all the way down. If this is too much for the inner thighs, be sure to draw the knees in closer together. But stay here, again feeling into the discomfort, knowing it doesn't last forever. And breathing, inhaling to feel, and exhaling to surrender. A few more rounds of breath on your own, relaxing wherever you feel the strain, and releasing as you go. One more long exhale. Out through the nose. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the gaze, lift the hips up, grounding down through the knees and through the hands, coming into one more tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale to lift the left arm up towards the sky, and exhale to thread the arm underneath the chest. Let the left cheek melt into the mat. Inhale to lift the right arm up and bind the right arm across the back of the body, hooking it onto the front of the left thigh. Just allowing yourself to release into that left shoulder, giving yourself some sort of massage if that feels good. Gently release the bind with the right hand. Setting it down, inhale to lift the left arm up towards the sky, and exhale to set it down. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale to possibly lift the left arm up. Exhale to cross it behind the body. And just releasing into that right shoulder on every exhale. One more deep inhale. And long exhale out through the nose. Gently start to release the bind. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Inhale to lift the right arm up and set it down, gently walking the right hands in towards the knees, coming to a seat onto the heels. Option to keep your toes tucked under for a deep stretch of the feet. Or if this is way too much for you, you can untuck through the toes and bring one foot on top of the other and setting your hips down onto that heel. That top foot allows for a deep tissue massage of the other foot's fascia, and just switch sides whenever it feels good. Wherever you are, bring your hands to the tops of the thighs. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. Cross over both ankles and gently come to a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat. Cross-legged position. Hook the left hand onto the outside of the right knee and bring your right hand back behind you. Gently square off the shoulders to the front of the mat and drop your left ear over to the left shoulder for a beautiful, beautiful neck stretch. Exhale to release your ear even closer to the shoulder. And inhale to drop the shoulders away from the ears. Gently release the stretch of the neck. Inhale here. And exhale to twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And exhale to twist even deeper. Gently bring both hands to both knees. And let's switch sides, hooking your right hand onto the outside of the left knee. Bringing your left hand back behind you, squaring out through the shoulders, and dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. Keep pulling that right shoulder back, being gentle with yourself. Inhale, gently release, and exhale to twist over to the left. Gently release the twist, bringing your hands back behind the hips, fingertips facing the back of the mat. Roll the shoulders onto the back body, lift the chest up towards the sky, and stay here or lift the hips up as well. Keeping a neutral gaze, spine long, lifting the hips up and shining the chest forward. Gently release the hips down if you lifted them. Stretch out both legs out long for one more forward fold of practice. Inhale, lift the arms up above the head. And exhale, release the hands down wherever they land for your last pose before Shavasana. Inhale and exhale, releasing the shoulders down towards the legs. Option to tuck your chin into your chest one more time for a deep stretch within the back body. Flexing out through the toes. Exhale to go even deeper. Just a few more rounds of breath. Inhaling, letting the belly rise. And exhaling, letting the belly fall. One more deep inhale. And long exhale, releasing the forehead down. And inhale to gently lift the chest, lift the gaze up. And walk your hands along the legs to assist your spine all the way down to the mat. Whenever you land into your final resting pose, you can grab onto that blanket or a jacket, whatever is nearby, even a pillow. Let your hands land wherever they feel the most comfortable. Allow your toes to splay out towards the corners of the mat. Roll the shoulders onto the back body, tucking them just slightly under the back. Wherever you land, I want you to think of 3 things that you're thankful for. You may remember the ones you said at the beginning of practice. They might be the same, and they might be different. Just noticing them with no negative and no positive connotation. And then I want you to thank yourself for showing up today, for being your own gentle guide throughout practice. Take one more deep inhale, allowing the belly to rise and then the chest. And on the exhale, I want you to open your mouth. Let everything go. You can rest in Shavasana for as long as you want. If you have the chance and the time, I urge you to do a quick meditation or a long meditation. But I'm going to end it here. Gently bend through the knees, roll onto one side of your body, and lift yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Let's take one more deep inhale and exhale together to close off practice. Lifting your arms up above the head, palms come to touch, and exhale to bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for showing up with me today. I love you all so very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.